A man has two significant mirrors in his life. One is his work, and the other is his wife. That is a quote by a guy named Robert Lewis. Welcome, everybody, to the quote breakdown, which is brought to you by the All Moves podcast, a show where I break down the post, and the quotes, and the things that I put up on social media. Most of them are original. In this case, it is not. And when it's not original, I always give credit when credit's due. Shout out to my Apple Podcast listeners. Shout out to my Spotify listeners. Shout out to the Anchor listeners and wherever else you are listening to the audio version of this show. Shout out to the small audience in the YouTube world, right, for watching this every single time this drops. I appreciate the small amount of you. Please like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't done so yet. It will help with the show tremendously. Let's get into the caption on this post, on this quote. I put down, when you study the intentions behind the moves people make, one's work shows what they care about most. The partner you chose shows the amount of love and respect you have for yourself. Something to think about. And this doesn't just apply to men, right? This quote just happens to say a man, but everyone has two significant mirrors, right? We're talking about what you do for work. What are you focused on a day-to-day basis? Now, here I say, when you study the intentions behind the moves people make, one's work will show. One's work shows what they care about most. Meaning, now, is your work coming from a passion place, from a place of passion, a place of purpose, a place of meaning, right? Where you show up every single day wanting to be there, wanting to do the work, wanting to putting in hours and hours, paying attention to the details of what you do. You're becoming a master at what you do because you're so passionate, you're so into it, you're so focused on it to the point where you feel like every time you're doing it, you get lost in the work, you get lost in what you're doing, right? Now, if you study the intentions behind that, you would see that somebody is moving with passion, someone's moving with purpose, someone's moving with meaning, right? Now you have to look at somebody who does not like what they do, who does not love what they do, who is miserable and who talks about how, who complains every time they show up to work. Oh, I got to do this. Oh, I got to do that. Now you can see what that person care about most, right? Because why would you be doing something that you don't love to do? Why would you be doing something that brings misery in your life, right? Yes, it's probably because your perspective is off, or you can see what somebody cares about most, right? And we're not talking about money here. We're not saying person cares about money, right? That's what they want. That's why they have the job, because they need money, or whatever they're doing for work, right? They want that because you want money to live in, your apartment, and you want that car, you want to eat food, right? You want to go out to eat, you want clothes, right? So you go out and you make money to do those things, right? However, what I'm talking about is accepting mediocrity, accepting the pain of being somebody who shows up every day to a place, to a toxic environment, to a place that has no meaning and purpose to them. And what does this person care about most, right? What is this person actually doing? We can see that the foundation behind the moves is fear, comfort, security. We can see that, right? I need these things. I'm afraid because if I don't have money, I can't pay the bills. Also, I show up to this job every day because it's easy, it's comfortable for me, right? And I accept it because it's easy, right? It's okay. I have nothing else. Right now, I don't want to go look for another thing to do. This pays okay. It pays me, to live, to sustain the lifestyle that I'm living now. It's fine, right? But we can see who that person really is. We can truly see that person when they accept a lifestyle, or a workplace, or they're doing something that they don't really want to do, right? But they accept it because secretly, the underlining reason behind it all matters most, right? It matters to them. It shows who they really are and what they care about most. Most of the time is security, and most of the time it's safety. Now, if we look at behind that, what's behind security is safety. A lot of it is fear. A lot of it has to do with meaninglessness. A lot of it there's a lot of things that's causing a person to show up every day to do something that they truly know that they don't want to do, right? And that means the overall underlying reason behind it is much stronger than that temporary feeling of not wanting to be there, right? People want to show up and say, I can't wait till this time passes by, right? Oh, I got to go to work. Oh, I hate Mondays, but I'm showing up for 5, 6 hours. It's only 12 hours. It's only 9 hours. It's only 8 hours, right? It's only 9 to 5. And they feel like, oh, let me just, they're always looking at the time. Let me just wait it out. Let me just do the job, clock out, and get the paycheck. We can see who this person really is, right? Just based off facts alone. Now, the partner you chose shows the amount of love and respect you have for yourself. Look, you'll be surprised how many people are desperate to be in a relationship just to have something to focus on, just to have something to solve, right? A problem that's caused in this relationship, and people are in it just to be able to solve something, right? Solve a problem that's happening within the relationship. This is why people will fight to be in toxic relationships, right? They'll be like, oh, let's figure this thing out. What can we do? It gives them something to focus on. And you will be surprised how people are just in relationships who just have kids, who just want a family, just because it gives them some type of meaning. It gives them some type of meaning. And most of the time, it's people who feel like they have no meaning that use the relationship as a sense of purpose. They need this. I need to be in this because it gives me meaning to my life. I need you. And most of the time, the person you're with needs you in return, right? They need you as well. It's a thing where two people who have no purpose in their life coming together to for it could feel like, man, this is what I need in my life. This is my purpose now. This relationship becomes my purpose, right? And now we have to ask, is this true love, right? Am I with you for you, or am I with you for me, right? Am I with you because I need this for purpose in my life, or am I with you because I love you? I'm in it for you. It's questions I always ask. You guys can go back and check out some of the breakdowns I did on that similar quote. But for here is the partner you chose shows the amount of love, respect you have for yourself. It shows the level where you are in your life, right? How you would accept the type of partner you're with, right? You can see you're literally a reflection on who you're with. If you have accepted this person, if you married a person, you are a reflection of where they are in your life. It shows where you are in your life, right? And this is why you see when two people come together for all the wrong reasons, right? We're talking about selfish reasons when people come together for selfish reasons. Eventually, if one outgrows the other, right? That original reason of you getting together with somebody, it dies, right? Because listen, I got with you for a certain reason. I outgrow that because we constantly are evolving as human beings. So if I outgrow that, I'm no longer that person that needed you for that temporary escape, right? And this is why we wonder why marriages don't work. We wonder why people don't last together. We wonder why this idea of lasting a lifetime is very, very rare, right? It's because people get together for the wrong reasons. And it shows who you are with is a reflection of who you are at this point in time, right? Who you chose to date, who you chose to marry, and who you chose to have kids with, right? We're talking about legacy now. Now we're talking about bringing another human being in the world where either this human being is going to be the same exact as the parents, is going to be conditioned as the parents for the first couple of, for the first 2 decades of their life, right? Where they're going to be conditioned by their mom and dad. And depending on who the mom and dad is, that kid is either growing, that kid is either becoming aware of the truth, or he's going to be living, or she's going to be living in illusion. So the reason why this is important to understand is that your two mirrors, your mirrors in your life, your reflection of where you are, is what you're focused on every single day, right? What you do for work shows where you are in your life, and who you with, right, will show whether or not you truly love and respect yourself. Because if you don't love, if you don't live with love, you cannot love, right? You're not living with love. If you don't live with love, if you don't love yourself, if you don't love life, if you don't love what you do, how can you love another person? These are questions we need to answer, right? These are questions we need to ask ourselves, is what is the intentions behind the moves we're making? Why are we doing what we are doing? And I'm going to leave you guys with that. I appreciate you guys for tuning into this show. Again, this is the quote breakdown, and I shall talk to you guys next time. Appreciate you all. Please like, comment, and subscribe if you're listening to this on YouTube. Please leave a review if you're listening to this on Apple Podcasts. And I'll catch you guys next time. Peace.